Building on top of the UI5 application we built in the previous episodes, we will implement a factory function today. Factory functions are used to create controls from model data. Usually, we use controls that are suited for aggregation binding to create child controls from model data. A list, for example, aggregates list items, meaning it creates list items according to the data on the model. But let's say we don't want a list but a simple horizontal box, and inside that box, we want to create one instance of our custom tile for each of the product categories in our data model. In our master view, we can replace our current custom tile with a new hbox, give it some styling, and then use aggregation binding to bind the categories data. We can then define the factory function, which is called for each entry of the aggregation. So, we want the function to return an instance of our custom tile. Let's implement this function in our controller. Factory functions are being passed the ID of the new control, as well as its data model context. We return a new tile, let our IDE handle the import of our custom control, and then set the text as well as the image property. We also want to call a filter method on the tile's press event, which we bind this controller to. Let's implement this filter method. After duplicating the onSearch method that already exists, we can change its name and then make sure that the query string that it gets now comes from the tile that was clicked. We then want it to filter for the category name instead of the product name. Let's see if that all works out. Nice. We now have one tile for each category, and when clicking on one of them, it filters the list for that category. Let's continue in the next episode.